Hi, good evening. Having some technical problems this evening, but here I is. Here I am. Here I am. Whew. Well, sometimes in trying to make all of this stuff, brother, please and don't y'all worry me. I mean, I work on them. If I see a problem, I work on them, and then that's it. I go on and do what I got to do. But I was laying down and I got up to do the show, and I hadn't checked certain things. And someone tried, so the new Facebook is not up. Uh, because someone attempted to go into the new page today, and shit. Well, it's just not up right now, and I can't get in touch with my tech guy. So I'm just here. I'm just, I'm just here, and these things happen in the technical world. Try him again. Your call has been forwarded. Yeah, but I'm here. Instagram is here, and the YouTube is up. YouTube, Natasha, good evening. If you're hearing and seeing me right now, let me know. Over on the YouTube page. But we're here. We're here. A few minutes late, but we're here. And again, as I share with y'all, I don't need to fire the tech guy. You know, I hate silly men. I hate people who always want to give me instructions about my business. Okay? Ram, I didn't ask you for anything. Okay? I didn't ask you to do anything. Thank you, YouTube. Okay? I hate, and I guess, and really, it irks me to deal with silly men. Okay, Ram, and you off my goddamn page. Just as simple. You off the page. Hey, Aretha, I needed that. You don't know how I needed that this evening. This has been one of them damn days uh, for me. But I want to deal with something. I had something else I wanted to deal with, but I'll deal with that tomorrow. Tomorrow, I am going to deal with the lost books of the Bible. I'm probably going to start dealing with that in the 1 o'clock hour on tomorrow. I'm gonna start dealing with that. It's going to be one of those sessions on tomorrow that you're really going to need pen and paper because we're going to deal with quite a bit. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to be here on Friday, so um, it's very interesting. It's very interesting when you go through the concepts of the lost books of the Bible. And you will get those critics that will say, how can we believe the lost books of the Bible? My comeback to that is, how do you believe in the King James Version of the Bible? How is it that you can believe in the King James and not believe in the lost books of the Bible? When even in your King James Version of the Bible, in the Gospel of John, the last chapter of John and the very last verse of John, it will say to you that if everything that Jesus did had been written in books, man, I read, man, just shut the fuck up. Why you ask me how am I feeling, brother? And I'm already into the show. You've been on the page making irritating remarks ever since. You got one more remark for me that I don't like and you gone. But John says, if everything that had been written about Jesus were put in books, that would not be enough books on earth to contain them. In reading the lost books of the Bible, man, I found the answers to so many questions that I had growing up in church, Sunday school teacher, BTU teacher, even preaching. There were so many unanswered questions that I had. And as a child, you were taught not to ask questions about the Bible. You were taught that if it wasn't in the King James Version of the Bible, you didn't need to know it. Maybe I'm the only someone that heard that as a child in church. Everything that you need to know is right here in the King James Version of the Bible. If it ain't in there, God didn't want you to know it. That's what it is. God didn't want you to know it. Because if he wanted you to know it, he'd have put it there. And in that same book, in the King James Version, in Timothy, it tells you to study, to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needed not be ashamed, so that you could rightly divide the word of truth. Okay. Alex, is that a statement at me? Because if it is, you know exactly what you can do. In fact, I just think it is. So bye. Can y'all tell that I'm in a no bullshit mood? If you can tell that I'm in a no bullshit mood, raise your hand. Hmm. So I'm going to do that on tomorrow. And again, I am not in a mood for bullshit today at all. And I have no issue in embarking you on the ship down the river that is called gone. No problem whatsoever. So uh, I don't want no bullshit at all from anybody on tonight. And you'll be blocked. Okay? You'll be blocked. I don't care who you are. You will be blocked from this page. And once you are blocked, you will not ever, on any stretch of the imagination, you will not ever be able to come back here. But on tomorrow, we will deal with the lost books of the Bible. And there are so many books, in there. The lost books of the Bible go from the infancy of Jesus, where even in his infancy, he performed miracles. And you're taught in the church, under the King James Version of the Bible, that his first miracle was turning water into wine. You will hear things that you've never heard in your church out of this book. Okay. But I'm going to save that for tomorrow. Yeah. We will probably start talking about tomorrow evening where Jesus went, where Adam and Eve then went out from the garden. We'll talk about Adam and Eve, not Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel being a set of twins. This is interesting conversation. We may even talk about in your King James Version of the Bible. We'll talk about dinosaurs. Okay. Glittersman, whatever. You won't hear your preacher mention this book. They will only stay locked to the King James Version of the Bible. Okay. The King James Version of the Bible. And remember, the word version means that which King James authorized to give you. But I would invite you to go get the book at your Bible bookstores or something. It's called The Lost Books of the Bible and the Forgotten Books of Eden. Okay. Very interesting book. But that's not the subject that I had for you, because I got to go. I got a newer version. I got the new version of it, and I got to go through it and mark off some things and highlight some things so that it'll be easy for me to find on air. Okay. Yeah, Amazon may have it. I found it here in Memphis. I had two versions. My other book got ragged. I had read it so, and I don't know where it is. And I got a new one because I was using this on Sunday mornings from time to time. But don't be so. Don't keep your so-called religion in a box. And that is a fear. That is a fear. To get in that African store on Third, okay. I didn't know the African store was still on Third. Oh, you're talking about Third, like downtown? Okay. Because the same store used to be further down in South Memphis on Third. But you can also get it at the Tennessee Regular Baptist Bookstore here in Memphis. Um, Many people are fearful to go outside of that which they have been taught. Okay. Yeah, third and right. Yeah, that's where she is now. I gotta go in there. I need to get me a good cane, a good walking stick. Man, I need, I can't have one of them old people walking sticks. I gotta have me one of them African canes. I may go by there tomorrow and get me one. Yeah. Okay. But this is some interesting reading. And like I said, I couldn't find my old version. I got a newer version that I have not went through and and marked off. And the writing in these books so low. I got some marks in here. What's it? Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go through here. And we will go back, we'll go all the way to the book of Adam and Eve. And it will tell you. So like I said, I don't have, in my other book, I had everything marked off. In the book of Adam and Eve, so, and let me get into some other stuff because I ain't prepared to just give y'all all this. Adam had a twin sister. Cain had a twin sister because when you read over, like in the fourth chapter of Genesis, because we've always been taught, we were taught in school, Adam and Eve came to Abel. That's all we were taught. But then when Cain slew Abel, that cut the fold down to three, And then the King James Version says that Cain went to the land of Nod. Went to the land of Nod. And in the land of Nod, he got married. That's what it says. Right in the fourth and fifth chapter of the King of Genesis. And as a little child, I used to wonder, how did Cain get married when there wasn't nobody but Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel? I used to wonder that because it didn't make sense to me as a child. But as a child growing up in the missionary Baptist church, there were certain questions that you didn't ask. Okay? There were certain questions. If you didn't want to get banished from the church, I had the pastor preaching about me when I was a young teenager because I taught Sunday school. And some things just didn't make sense to me. And I remember that was the church that I was born and raised in. That was, well, I had to be about, I had to be about 17, 18 because I was able to leave the church without my auntie's okay. And the preacher preached about me, the pastor. Loved him to death. Don't be questioning the Bible and blah, 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 blah. And I knew he was speaking about me, and everybody at the church knew he was speaking about me because I had did what we used to call the Sunday school lesson review. Y'all remember that? The Sunday school lesson review. And I had made some statements that I didn't understand. I couldn't comprehend, and the answers were not there in the book. So for many years, I taught what I had been taught. When I walked away from the church about 10, about 10 years ago, I walked away from the church. And I stated that I would never get in a pulpit again. I was tired of all of the games of the church, and I walked away. With no intent to ever go back. But I learned that you never say never because you never know what it is that you're going to do or you're not going to do. But that wasn't the subject that I was going to do this evening. I am a little tired. I haven't eaten today. I did feel like I wasn't feeling my best today, so I didn't get up. And I should have. Excuse me. I should have made myself get up and go get me something to eat because I know that I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to eat. Um, yeah, no, I should eat some, but I just didn't. When I did the midday show, I wasn't feeling good, so I went back and laid down and went to sleep. And when I woke up at 15 minutes to 7, I jumped up running. Um, and that's the reason Facebook is not on, because apparently somebody had tried to go into it. But I'm here. I'm here. And we'll do what it do. Okay. But we'll deal with that tomorrow. Will you come be in class tomorrow afternoon? Uh, Florina, I don't know why your volume is low. I really don't. One, two, three. No, I don't know why. Let me see if I can cut the volume up on my end just a little bit. Do you hear me better now, Florine? I've known Florine for 40 years. Way back in the day when I first went into radio. And we've been close ever since. And that's been 40. Ooh, good God Almighty. I went in radio 19. Let me see how many years has that been. Let me get my calculator. I was a little old managed boy back then, wasn't it, Florine? And you was a fast lady back then. Let's see. Forget me from you. GR, you gonna ain't no motherfucking deal here. So you can just leave the goddamn page. Um, but that's I, tomorrow is a subject which will be no no bullshit. Florine, do you hear better now? Let me know if you're hearing better on YouTube. All right, let's go with today's show. But make sure you got your pencil and your paper and an open mind. An open mind. You've got to have an open mind. Um, if you don't have an open mind, that this show tomorrow will fuck your head up. If you have one of what I call those closed church minds, that you're locked into your teaching by your pastor, your bishop, or your elder. When I present not what I say, but when I present what is in the lost books of the Bible, the books of Enoch, it will mess your faith up. Because many of you have more faith in the church and its building and the pastor and his robe than you have in God and his glory and his awesomeness. Okay? And his awesomeness. Did I get one finally? Yeah. You believe that church is a building. That'll mess you up. It will mess you up. If you're locked into one frame of thought, I'll give you this, and then I swear I'm going into my subject. Many of you are members right now of churches what we're looking for some man, what the fuck are you talking about? Many of you are members of churches you know you have no business being a part of it. You know that. You ain't getting nothing out of the church but emotionalism. And that's all that some preachers have to offer you. Is a hoop and a holler, a run and a jump, a squall and the whole end of his ear. That's all that he has for you. That's all they got for you. That's 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 all he got for you. Your church is the same old every Sunday. Same old. I mean, it's the same thing every Sunday. The preacher's sermon closes on the same thing every Sunday. He died. Oh, he died. But early Sunday morning, he got up with all power in his hand. And would you believe that the preacher is taught that that's what every sermon should end on? Yeah, that's where the hooping and hollering came from. You never even taught. You've been a member of the Missionary Baptist Church all your lives. You were never taught where the terminology Missionary Baptist Church came from. If your church is still called the Missionary Baptist Church, you're living under a plantation doctrine. Yeah. A plantation doctrine. Have you noticed, and I've said this before, that only black Baptists or missionary Baptists? Have you noticed that? Ain't no white folk who are Baptists calling themselves missionary Baptists. And I know many of you never thought about that before, but you won't find a white Baptist congregation calling themselves missionary Baptists. Why? Because they're the masters and you the slaves. Now I'm trying to come off of this and go into some other subject, the one that I had planned to talk about tonight. I'm going to try to get there. Has anybody ever noticed that? The terminology of missionary Baptist church. Now remember when we came over from over yonder, after our forefathers sold us into slavery. They didn't steal us. They bought us. They were able to take our chiefs and forefathers' trinkets and beads and buy us into slavery. And do you realize that even now, the black man from his history is so used to being sold to the white man that the white man can still give him trinkets. And it's Yasabos. Yasabos. They still buying us. But that's a whole nother show. Well, let me go back to the missionary Baptist church. You came with your doctrine of Allah. You already believe in the Creator. You didn't just start believing in God when you got over here. God, in his awesomeness, has many names. From Jehovah Rapha to Elohim. I am is one of his names. So many of us, you get upset when the Muslim says Allah. But that's what you know him of. The ancient dog skins of the blacks in the caves had this figure of who we call Jesus on the wall. You already believe. But when you came to this country, the white man had to indoctrinate you into his mindset, into his way of thinking. He had to brainwash you. Are y'all following me right now? He had to brainwash you. Let me say that for y'all in the back. He had to brainwash you. He had to brainwash you to be able to control you, to keep you in a submissive state. Is my Bible in here? Don't look like I'm going to get to my other subject, do it? Yeah. Religion. Key, let me say where I am. Don't take me nowhere else. Religion, Lord, and I'm gonna get some folk mad when I say this. Religion has been used as a form of slavery. Yeah. Yeah. You were taught to be slaves. The Bible teaches you to be a slave. It does. It taught you to be a slave. Let me go real quick though back to the Missionary Baptist Church. So to indoctrinate you, now remember you can't read. Remember you can't read now. If you were caught reading, they kill you. So everything that you learn about God in the white man's teaching was what the white man indoctrinated you to. Are y'all with me? everything that you have studied is what the white man gave you. So, wait a minute. You became their mission. The white man took on the mission I believe could not have been white glycerin. And I'll give you that reason in a minute. The white man, in order to control you, you got to follow God. We don't follow the God, we follow their God. Ooh. Did you heard me? You follow. That's where the terminology missionary Baptist church. I don't want to talk to you. Why are you calling me? I didn't think you called me. They indoctrinated you to control you. Let me give you a prime example. They would tell the slaves about the book of Ephesians. And you can read it for yourself. Ephesians, the 6th chapter. Beginning at the 5th verse. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, and with fear and trembling, in singleness of your heart, as unto Christ. Not with eye service, as men pleasers, but as the service of Christ, doing the will of God from the heart, with good will doing service as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of the Lord, whether he be bond or free. Serve your master with fear and trembling. Your Bible has taught you to fear the white man. It has been indoctrinated in you from the plantation to fear the white man and to serve the white man like you serve Christ. Don't look like I'm going to get to my other subject, do it. Because when you serve your master, you doing the will of God. Y'all don't get this. Y'all don't get this in y'all Sunday school. They ain't gonna teach y'all this in your Sunday school class. Oh Lord, they ain't gonna. Oh no, they can't teach you this because the black preacher is scared to teach you this. Even in Timothy, who was a student of Paul, let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor, that the name of God and his doctrine be not blasphemed. And they that have believing masters, let them not despise them, because they are brethren, but rather do them service, because they are faithful and beloved, partakers of the benefit. These things teach and exhort. The Bible, the King James Version, teaches you to teach, to love your master. Let me leave that alone. You are a missionary. Baptist Church. You're still living on the plantation. The so-called Christian slave master used the Bible to justify slavery. Mm, mm, mm. I mess you up when I tell you that his name could not have been Jesus. 2021 years of God. I accept it. But his name couldn't have been Jesus. His name in his day was Yahshua. Yahshua, Yahweh, Yahshua. Now his name Jesus. His name Jesus. I know his name Jesus all my life. My grandmama told me his name was Jesus. How dare you tell these people that his name ain't Jesus? Well, mother, 2021 years ago, there was no letter J in the Greek or the Hebrew language. Mm. There was no name Jesus. In the Greek or the Hebrew language. So you are given what the white man gave you. Hmm. Hmm. I'll read something. But his name was what? Yahshua. Yahshua. That was his name. Now, you've learned where the Missionary Baptist Church comes from. Do y'all remember in the church when the usher would hold the basket and have one hand behind their back? Anybody old enough to remember that game? They hold the basket. They had the little white gloves on. I knew somebody said, who cares what his name is? He's still God. Dumbass, I'm just trying to give you the truth. Does it make you mad? Who cares what his name is? You don't because you're a slave with no face. So why don't you just go ahead on back to no phase land? So, Lena, I can tell you've been listening to me over the years. The reason that the slave, or the reason that they hold one hand out for the basket and the other hand was behind their back, because in the missionary church, they took over an offering. Well, a little bit that the slave may have, and they didn't have much, they didn't. But remember, we progressed from the fields to slaves living in little towns and stuff, and tilling the fields, and you became sharecroppers, and they gave you little tokens. Well, you had one hand out and one behind your back, so that you, as a slave ursher, couldn't steal no money out the basket. Lord have mercy. Is this too deep for you? God did not call the first black preacher. The first black preacher was chosen by the plantation master. Yeah. Had to be. You couldn't read. You were given what you were supposed to tell the people. They put you a little suit on, you little tie. They rehearsed your sermon with you to tell people. They taught you how to emotionalize the slaves. Be a good slave, and when you die, you going to heaven. Even if the master has to beat you to death, you going to heaven. Oh yeah. Going to heaven. When the master beat me to death, whooped me to death, I'm going to heaven. And the reward for the slave preacher see, y'all have to read. Reading is a dangerous thing when you can comprehend. Your reward was the biggest piece of chicken and a biscuit. That's where the statement preachers love chicken come from. He got the biggest piece of chicken. He wasn't like the rest of the slaves. They said, no wonder niggas love chicken. Yeah. Preacher got the biggest piece of chicken. Or they tell you that slavery is bad. Can't you hear the Negro preacher preaching? They tell you that you as a slave is bad. Oh, you gonna die and go to heaven. You gonna walk down golden streets. You gonna have a mansion. Bishop Sanders, he asked me that last night. So, brother, you're not listening to me, bye. And that's the reason your preacher that's the reason you're a preacher. And he knows the guy that I just blocked said his name was Bishop Sanders. This was too deep for him. He just wanted to be a distraction. Do you notice that's the reason that your preacher every Sunday preachers are going to meet Jesus sermon? He preaches you a funeral sermon every Sunday. Every Sunday. It's about going to heaven. I don't know about you, but I ain't never heard of getting no heaven. Can't get no heaven. You gotta die to go to heaven. Had us singing them old tired ass Dr. Watts. If I don't wake up in the morning, everything's alright. If I don't wake up in the morning, everything alright. Keep a light in the window till I get home. Keep a light in the window till I get home. Yeah, that's what they say in this verse. Every day be howdy, howdy, and no more goodbye. Isn't it strange that the black preacher wants to make heaven more attractive than to make living on earth? Isn't that strange? Isn't it strange to you that death is supposed to be more attractive to you? Mm. Than life? Think about that. Think about that. Death is being taught to you to be more attractive to you. I'm doing something. Yeah, it's been taught to you to be more attractive than life. The Bible, I keep giving y'all that John 10 and 10. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Keep on, don't worry about it. I got it. But I am come that thou may have life and have that life more abundantly. They don't want to teach you about an abundant life. They don't want to teach you about prosperity. They want to teach you about dying. And y'all are crazy enough. Let me tell y'all what y'all say. When somebody die, they in a better place. Don't y'all say that? They in a better place. Lord, mama in a better place. Dad in a better place. Who told you it was a better place? Plus, when you die, if the scripture is correct, you ain't going to no heaven as soon as you die. That ain't Bible. That ain't Bible. dang Bible, y'all. Why you want to die? Come on, tell me. Why you want to die? How many want to live and live life abundantly? How many of y'all got death on your mind? You packing up. You know, they used to sing that packing up. When I was a little boy, they used to say, if you get to heaven before I do, save a seat for me. Don't you say no damn seat to me. Take your own damn seat. Huh? Don't save me no seat. No bench. Don't even save me no spot. I don't want to go till I gotta go. If I gotta stand at the back of the line in the back of the room, that's all right. Quit speaking death unto yourself, unto your life. There are songs at this point in my life I refuse to sing. I was in a conversation with Johnny Taylor. Y'all remember Johnny Taylor? We were at the Paradise, and his record had come out. Album was a hit. And we were sitting outside in his bus. 3, 4 of us, and we were all sipping on some Hennessy. One of the hits on his record was a hit called Soul Heaven. Johnny was stating that he hated that he recorded that song. It sounded so final. He said, but when they brought him all of these songs to sing, Good Love, These Last Through $2, Big Head Hundreds, Green Bay Packers, you know, that ain't what I'm talking about. But you just can't come on and just start conversations of your own. Now, just because wasn't on that one. Now, you got to remember, Garnett, I'm a bluesologist. But the point was, he was singing about death. And about a month later, Johnny was gone. See, we have to understand that you can speak things into existence. I stopped singing that song. I'm coming up on the rough side of the mountain. Y'all remember singing that song? I don't sing them death songs. One of my favorite songs. Well, let me go back to Rough Side of the Mountain. Why are you going up a rough side of the mountain? Why are you climbing the mountain? It sounds good on the record. Yeah, going up yonder is another song. I'm going up yonder to be with my Lord. Mm-mm. But why you want to sing rough side of the mountain? Why you want to climb a mountain when he told you to speak to the mountains? Speak to the mountains. Order your mountains out of your way. That's what the word says. Speak to the mountain. And it'll move. Yeah, that was one tree. Bam, 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 bam. Well, I know a place. Ain't nobody crying. Ain't nobody worried. I can't think of the rest of it. No! I'll take you there. You ain't taking me nowhere. I want to go with you. Why I want to go with you? Don't take me there. I'll go with that, AJ. I'll take you there. Got a nice beat to it. And Miss Tuck, that used to be one of my pulpit songs. I could kill a house with one of these mornings. Walk around heaven all day. Mm-mm. Then I had to learn the scripture that says, life and death is in the power of the tongue. There ain't no smiling faces, lying to the races. Mm. I no longer sing them death songs. I had to quit saying, oh, I'll be glad I'm gonna see Jesus. No, I won't. You got to die. speak all of this destruction and calamity into our own lives. I speak life. I speak the abundance of life. I look forward to living, not dying. The preacher doesn't want you to preach about life. He wants you to talk about death. Mr. Smithfield, you stay where I am. If I want some inside, I know how to get some. That ain't what I'm talking about. I don't know why y'all think y'all can joke with me. I ain't your friend. This ain't about joking, bro. This is about formatting a truthful mindset. So a man thinketh, so is he. Yeah, I'm coming, Lord, all by myself. Well, that's the way they usually bury you. The only place they bury you two in a grave is in the National Cemetery. And they'll put up to 3 in a grave out there. You can have 2 wives, they can all go in the grave with you. Ooh. All right. Yeah, that's right, Badgie. Just because I was born April the 1st doesn't mean I like to joke. I'm not a joking man. I do my shows, and sometimes every now and then somebody say maybe comical. But it ain't about joking, man, with me. Yeah, Key, that's another song. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. And we pushing you down the aisle. You're in a casket, and I'm pushing you down the aisle. I ain't saying that shit with you. I don't want to go that soon. I am not looking forward to the graveyard. All right, I think we've had a pretty good class. Any questions, anything that you want to say? Now is the time. Yeah, I don't want no sad songs at my funeral. I want you to be rocking. Yeah, let's have a good time. But I ain't looking forward to death. I'm an undertaker. I know what they do when you're dead. I've seen folk pass around the casket. Open your eyes, mama. Open your eyes, mama. Your mama can't open her eyes with all that super glue that's holding her eyes closed. She couldn't get them open Yes, you won't. Mama, speak to me one more time. Your mama's lips glued together. Back in the old days, they used to sew your mama's lips together. Mama ain't gonna say nothing. Mama, you just speak to me one more time. If your mama was to say something, all of us gonna leave the church. I'm going with you. I ain't gonna say it with you. Boy, the good funeral stories I can tell you. Get up, mama. Get up. But the one that I would love the best is when we get to the cemetery. Yeah, they glued their mouth shut. Because I didn't like getting my shoes dusted. I be hoping y'all be burying your folk in them nice white people cemeteries. Well, see, the white people have grass in their cemetery. Okay. Uh, yeah, the white people have grass. Black people most times don't have no grass. And you be at the grave, you don't glue no hands together. I'm not going to get into a science. I'm not going to get into mortuary science. No, you can't set up in the casket key because rigor mortis has set up in your body. The stiffening of the muscles in your body. That's what keeps you from getting up. And after you've been embalmed, brother, you ain't getting up and going nowhere. God, I forgot what I was talking about before I said that. Shit. Oh yeah, get in the cemetery. And you be there at the head of the casket. And preacher then came to the head of the casket. For as much as it has pleased the Almighty God in his wise providence to take out of this world the soul of our departed sister, we hereby commit her body to the dust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Then the casket start going down. I want to go with my mom. Don't hold me. I want to go with my mama. They take that run towards home. I want to be with my mama. Mama! I step back out the way. I step my ass out the way. First of all, I don't want you getting me nasty and dusty and shit. And then I be thinking that you deserve, that's your mama. Okay? That's your mama. If you want to be with your mama, go on be with your mama. So here comes the motherfucker running. I want to be mama. I want to be my mama. KJ, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I move out the way. I ain't never seen one. Look like they get to the edge. Motherfucker, ain't you gonna catch me? Grab my ass. Mm. Go there with your mama. Oof. Go in there. Go in there with your mama. Go. Go on. I ain't never seen anybody jump in that hole. Never. And I've been doing this since I was a teenager. Oh, somebody singing the wrong song at the funeral. And some of y'all need to quit singing at the funeral. If you know you can't sing, and see, when I'm officiating a funeral as pastor, I cut your ass off if you on for some remarks. And I heard black folk will do this. You want to give some remarks. And I just want to sing a verse of a song before I go. No, sister. Because I stand up the whole time y'all doing remarks. No, sister. You on here for remarks. You done gave your remarks. What about cremation, darling? Now go sit your ass down. God bless you, darling. If everybody wants to sing his eyes on the sparrow, don't be knowing the words. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. And there's always that motherfucker that can't sing, that won't sing 2 or 3 verses. I sing because I'm happy. And they shaking their head. I sing because I'm free. Ooh. That's the spirit, Jeff. That's the spirit. I'm just broken up. No, your voice broke, motherfucker. Oh, yes, I is on the sparrow. And I know he watches me. And bet not nobody in that audience say, amen, sister. You want to go goddamn again. I sing. You walk into your seat now. Because I'm happy. I didn't tell you to call me. I guess I'll listen to you. Oh.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What?
To accept.
What? Okay. I sang because I'm free. Man. I've seen it. I've seen everything that can happen in a funeral. I've seen fights at the funeral. I've seen fights at the funeral home, but fights at the funeral. I've seen the side chick and the wife get into it at the funeral. That should be exciting enough shit. That should be. Ooh. Ooh. Man, I was doing a funeral. The man's name was William. Sometimes they use the word Dick for funerals. For William, okay? They call William Dick. I'm standing up there at the head of the casket. the wife was sitting there grieving, and I'm standing there in my Undertaker pose, in my position at the head of the casket. And so you can tell folk that's going to faint when they get to the casket. They don't faint when they get to the casket. They start to faint down the aisle. Okay? They start to faint. I'm not taking phone calls until I say I'm ready to take phone calls. Schoolboy, Mississippi, wherever the fuck that is. They always say, and the closer they get, the louder the gets. Now, if you wasn't a pretty woman, this is when I kind of step back. Now, if you one of them fine, big-titted girls, you know, that's going to fall out and I'm going to catch you by your breasts and hold you, that was a different thing. But this lady was coming down the aisle, the wife sitting there with a little black thing over her face. Everybody's really emotional. And the woman, the man's name was William. They called him Dick. She got to the casket. She shook her head, tears rolling down her face. Preacher standing over there reading the little scriptures as you come around. And then she hollered out in the church. She didn't mean no harm. Oh, my dick is gone. I said, uh-oh. The wife raised up. So you the bitch. I said, oh my God. I stepped back from the casket. The lady didn't mean no harm. She just said, oh, my dick is gone. The man's name, she called him Dick. She didn't mean it, she didn't mean the people no harm. The preacher stopped giving his little scripture. There was a silence that went over the church. The wife got up and commenced to hitting on the woman. I had to move the casket. I had to get up because I didn't want to knock the dead man on the ground. But I'm laughing my motherfucking ass off. Bring him up, Undertaker. Shit. I'm enjoying this shit. Finally, some ushers came and pulled him apart. Weave was all over the damn floor in front of the man's casket and stuff. Preacher looked at me. Undertaker, what we do? Shit. I said, it's still some people that want to see. But I told people, now, if y'all calls him Dick, y'all call him something else when y'all get up here. Because she was scrapping. And she hollered out, let another bitch call him Dick. Say they Dick gone. Let another bitch say, I said, oh my God. Oh my God. Well, I seen some shit. I remember back in the day, what am I doing? Storytelling time? Yeah, and quit bringing your whole family to the funeral home. spent all them broke motherfuckers ain't getting nothing. And why you motherfuckers go get all them goddamn shirts with the folks' picture on it and ain't paid for the goddamn funeral? Everybody in the church got a picture on rest in peace, and y'all still owe the funeral home. Dan, you've been listening to me a long time if you remember me talking about the man we had to take out the window. He's just that fat. And fat people, you know, when you know you finna die, come on down on the main floor. Okay? If death is on you, and you one of them 400 or 500 pound motherfuckers, and you've been living upstairs for the last 5 or 6 years, bring your ass downstairs before you die. Man, I had this man that died. He's about 400, 500, maybe even 600 pounds. And he couldn't get in the bed. He kneeled. So y'all know my story or something. This man actually could not get in the bed. He was so big. So he would kneel down by the bed and just lay his head on the bed to sleep. Because every bed they got, he broke it. So he died upstairs. And y'all remember them old heaters that they used to have in the house, you know, that stood up. I forget what they call them, but they stood up in them old houses. And when he died, motherfucker fell between the heater and the damn bed. So they called the funeral home. Whatever his name was, he dead. So, you know, when you die, and you die from natural causes, furnace, that's what you call the furnace. You call the police. So when I pulled up there, I brought one other fellow with me, because that was my job. I go to the morgue and pick bodies up and pick folk up at their house and stuff. I get there, the police snickling and shit. I knew him. Man, what the fuck wrong with you? Nothing, man. Go on up there and get him. The police, I don't think you brought enough. So I go upstairs, and this little tight bedroom with a dresser and a bed and shift robe and all that shit in there. And this big motherfucker over here, it was the first big man I got. One big man I had to take out the window. The fire department had to come. That motherfucker was so big. I looked at that big motherfucker. I said, motherfucker, how come you didn't go downstairs? You knew you was finna die? Shit. How come you didn't go and sit by the goddamn door or on the porch or something? So, we couldn't get his ass up between the bed and the goddamn furnace. See, I'm telling these motherfuckers not to call me.
Call from
Man, why are you calling me? Why are you calling me? Stupid motherfucker. So I look. I called the funeral home. I said, I'm gonna need some help. What's wrong? I said, this motherfucker a ton and then died between the bed. I can't get him. The two of us can't get him. And we were gonna have to move the furniture out the room. So the police came up there sniggling and shit. So the family, you know how people do when you heard somebody done died, everybody rushed to the goddamn house. I was glad because I told them, I said, now, to get him out of the room, y'all want to take all this furniture out this room. Ain't you gonna get it? Hell no. Okay, hell no. I'm not a furniture mover. I'm the damn undertaker. I'm here to get him to move him. I said, now if y'all want him out of here, and they used to tell me I didn't know how to talk to the families. That's the reason I always drove the hearse. If y'all want him out of here, y'all want to move this furniture out of here. Because I can't get him. He ain't going to get up. His ass won't. And I told the folk like this. It hurt his wife. I didn't mean to hurt her feelings. He ain't finna get up and walk over here and get on this stretcher. And the stretcher ain't going to hold him nowhere. The stretcher ain't going to hold him. And I'm thinking, big motherfucker knew he was going to die. Come in and lose some weight before he goddamn died. Shit. So they moved the furniture. Took them forever to move the furniture because they ended up trying to cry and shake him and shit. And I'm telling them, he ain't gonna wake up. He dead. Stop River, Mississippi, don't call me. He dead. He ain't gonna wake up. Shit. Get whatever his name was. Get up! Get up! Yeah. See, I'd be crazy. I'll be meaning to make fun of people. I said, yeah, see if you can get him up and he come on and walk out to this hearse with me. Shit. They said I was being rude and unkind. So they finally got all the furniture out. We still couldn't get that motherfucker out. We couldn't pick him up. They said, well, call the funeral home and have them bring the horse. We have a thing where we can wrap around big people and pump them up like you do an engine in the shop. I said, that ain't gonna work because we gotta go down all these steps. I said, okay, I know what to do. Tell all the family to go outdoors. Bring me some sheets. Bring me about 3 or 4 good sheets that you ain't gonna want no more. So everything was out of the room. And we laid the sheets on the floor and rolled him over on the sheets. I didn't want the family to see what I was going to do next. So the police are there watching. I said, ain't y'all got a crime or something to go see about? No, we want to see this shit. I said, okay. Get the family outdoors. I told one of the guys, the bag that hurts out. Then I said, he ain't gonna fit in the hearse. Tell him to bring me the van. Bring the van, cause his ass ain't gonna get in the hearse. What do you mean? What I rolled him over, and we drug him with the sheets. And that's when he had about three, cause one started tearing. We drug him to the door. Got into the goddamn door, and we couldn't get him out the door. When the motherfucker died, he had started shitting on himself. Nasty motherfucker. He got stuck in the goddamn door. I wasn't gonna put my hands on him and shit because he was stinking. Had a lot of little young undertakers. I'm giving directions. Drag his ass. I had to get me one of them crowbars and take the sides off the panels off the door so he could get out the room. Whew. So we get into the top of the steps. We're going to pick him up. We're going to drag his ass down these steps. Move the hearse. Move the van to this door right here. Okay? Where it's got a porch. The back of the van is going to be even with the porch. We drug him down about 20 steps. Boopity 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 boop, boopity boop, boopity boop, boopity boop, boopity boop. Boopity boop, boopity boop. Shit smelling, look like the more you drug him, the more he shitted. Just open up his goddamn intestines. Nasty motherfucker. Boopity boop. Stinking. Whew. And we got him downstairs. Drug his ass to the edge of the porch. Police helped us keep the family, because you don't want to see your loved one being boopity boop, boopity boop, boopity boop. Couldn't put him on the stretcher. He was just stinking. Ooh, I remember the stink. Ooh. Ooh. Put his ass in the back of the truck. Ooh. When we got into the funeral home, what we gonna do? We're gonna drag his ass again. Take them sheets, go put them in the dumpster. Bring me some more sheets. But before we do that, take the van over there where we wash the cars and shit. Huh? and I took the water hose and washed them down out there in the truck. Just put the water hose on full force, you know, sprayed them down, and let the shit just run out the truck. We had a panel between our two seats in the front. I said, and I told him, I said, bring me some Tide. Put a little Tide on him and put a little water on him. Then them motherfuckers wanted to think, once we got him in the funeral home and got him embalmed, we had to use a whole case of fluid. Them motherfuckers didn't want to buy. Yeah, Tide always works. Tide is better with dead folk than game. Um, they didn't want to. They want to put him in a regular sized casket. I said, is y'all crazy? Because when you that big, you have to get what is called an oversized casket. When you that big, you have to buy 2 graves. That ain't gonna go in a normal grave. You know? So here they is cheap. How come we gotta get 2 graves? How come he's so motherfucking big? Whew. But that Tide worked. It's 9:20. Oh shit. Let me get off of here. Whew. And dead folks shit, it's worse than old people shit. It just, ugh. Mm. Lord, I'm missing. Whew. Then when they finally did buy the casket, and you have to take them little things that we put on them, it's called trucks. You have to use 2 sets of trucks. Then we got to church. Shit. They had some steps at the church. Your pallbearers need to come. And it took about 10 folk to get the casket up. Had to move the pews open, to come down the middle aisle, all that. Ooh, shit. Then y'all want to pay. Mm. All right, let me get out of here. Have y'all enjoyed the show tonight? I'm glad you have. I'm glad you have. Whew. I haven't eaten anything today. So I may go down here to pre-vet. What's that, Wednesday? Yeah. I may to go down the pre-vet and get me something to eat. All right, those of you that need to order the bedroom therapy, why don't you go ahead on and do it right now? Now's a pretty good time to order. I'm not taking any phone calls because I don't feel like dealing with the silly tonight. Thank you, Florine. Um, yeah, I haven't had anything to eat today, and I'm beginning to feel it right now. So I'm gonna go down here and give me a little something to eat. Uh, if you need the bedroom therapy, now is the time to order it. Now is the time to order it. I recommend getting the month supply. That's $120. $120. That gets you 10 for the month. That'll get you 10 for the month. Um, get that. If you want to get in, oh, I never forget it going now. But when I go to Privé, security meets me. In fact, security makes sure I got a place to park up front. Security takes me to the door. So I don't have no problems. In places that I go, and I don't go to new places. I always go to places I've been going. Um, so, yeah, yeah. No, was that last night the guy said he wanted a week's worth? Yeah, they treat me like a king because I am a king. I am a king. I is a king. Thank y'all for being here. But y'all need to order this product. You need to order it. It's working. If you ain't got but $60, then send that. Get you 5. Get you a week's worth. Get you a week's worth. Mm. Cash out the $60 to $ Naked Truth Ministries. $ Naked Truth Ministries. Okay? $ Naked Truth Ministries. I ain't gonna step in this house tomorrow and don't eat. I haven't been, like I said, I haven't been out of the house basically Tuesday, Wednesday, since Monday. Or did I go out Monday? Okay. All right. Y'all need to order the product. If you're a man that's dysfunctional, or you have a man that is dysfunctional, go on and order the product on tonight. You can get 5 for 60, 10 for 120. You can get on the double whammies 10 coffees and 10 honeys for $175. You can get 50 for $350. or you can get you can get 100 for $600. Join me in the morning at 6 a.m. for the best in blues. And I've added Southern Soul to it as well. And I'm enjoying the Southern Soul. Okay. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you for being a part. And I'll see y'all. Brother John Woods, thank you, brother. He sent me $50 just for love. You know, and I guess he enjoyed the teaching. Yeah, he enjoyed the teaching. And if you want to contribute to the teaching, you can do the same thing. $ Naked Truth Ministries. All right, thank you all for being a part of the show.